Last night we stayed in like a state park campground. Nice little, no hookup kind of deal, but it was perfect for the one night that we needed. Got a lot of work done this morning and then hit the road to Chena. Is that how you pronounce it?
Chena?
Chennai? I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's hot springs. So oh my god. It is so bumpy. So I actually feel like the whole way up to Canada, through Canada and up to here, like the worst part of the road definitely was like the end of the top of the world highway yesterday. But now it's just like, I don't even know, like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
like you're just constantly.
Frosties.
Yeah, you're constantly bouncing. It's really annoying. Anyway, so now like the landscape's changed. It's really interesting because I kind of just thought, because Alaska and Canada are obviously neighbors, that like it would just kind of be an extension of what we're seeing, but like the landscape is changing a bit. And Jason was like, can we just talk about these mountains? Like they're so unique. Like we love the mountains in Banff in Canada. Oh boy, big one.
So it's hard to describe, but like you're in the mountains, we're on the top of the world highway, and you just finally come over this hill and you see this like white line on the distance, and you're kind of like, what's that? And if you've ever seen Game of Thrones, like the ice wall comes to mind, like 100%. The thing about these mountains, I think it's the Wrangell Mountains, mountain range, is, we've been in all of these mountains, we've been all these other places, but as soon as you come up and you see this range, the whole range was still white. So we've had like patches of snow, and like all over Banff and Jasper was like the snow with like rock showing through, but here it's just like all white. So it's just like straight up a white wall. And it's just so stark in contrast to like the
rest of the scenery,
green spring, and it's 72 degrees out, and I don't know, I absolutely love it. It's kind of exactly what I was expecting when we drove to Alaska, because we were driving straight towards them, so it's like this long straight highway with trees on both sides, and all you can see is this like white line of mountains in front of you.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's definitely very, very pretty. But with these roads, I'm so glad we fixed like the issue of the truck camper sliding, because I feel like it would have just like plopped right off like with how bad some of these roads have been. But it's holding up great. Like putting those pieces of wood in there with the foam, like it's doing so good. It hasn't moved. So we're happy with that. And I'm thrilled to show you guys this hot springs, because it just looks so cool. Like it has a whole little resort up there, a restaurant, a bar, and then it has like an ice lounge. So I'm really excited to just get up there and get up in everything's business and show it to you. things first. It's pronounced Chena.
Chena.
Chena Hot Springs, not Chena. We
I
asked.
agree with that. I'm not an English major. Actually, I'm pretty bad in English, but I thought the E sound was like double E, like cheese.
I don't think they care about your opinion.
Agreed. But that's why we have such a hard time. Because A, we're not good at English. And B, people don't follow English rules.
Exactly. Anywho, This resort is nice. We were actually only planning on staying 2 nights, but we extended it to 3 just because there was actually more here to do than we thought in regards to like hiking trails. And then they have the ice museum here, which, oh gosh, in my opinion, it's really hard to recommend. But then I don't want to not recommend it either.
It's really cool. They just charge a premium. I think that's the only thing that you're like, oh, you kind of feel.
That's what's hard for me to say though, is that the money is worth it. Because I don't know. So they charge you $20 per person to get in. Then the like cool experience that you can have there is you can have a appletini out of glass that's made out of ice. Yeah. And you get to keep it after.
Which is really cool, but unfortunately that brings your cost up to $60 or $80 for 2.
For 2, yeah. So they actually charge, like they've upped the price because their little thing said it was $20 and now they're charging you $21 per drink, which is just, in my opinion, like really steep for a drink. And not only that, they don't even make it in there. Like, it's from a little spout of like pre-mixed stuff. So that's where I'm like, ugh. So if you really want the glass, which is so funny, I kept the glass. I wonder how it's doing actually. Okay. So I kept my glass. We only got one. We shared the appletini mix. But they tell you after that you should whisper a secret into it and then slam it on the ground. And so people did that.
A wish.
A wish.
Not a secret. Otherwise your secret will come true. It's just not what you want.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But
anyway.
We didn't do that.
So funny.
Because
obviously I kept it. I don't know. It's not like I'm gonna drink out of it again.
It's a wish, you know. Is that why you didn't want to do it? You didn't want to smash your secret.
I didn't want to tell a secret.
All right. Anyway.
So
I would do it. It's like, where else can you do it?
It's at least worth the $20 to go in there, because there are really cool sculptures in there. You know, it's I don't know. As you can see from the footage, like it's cool. It's cool. You know, literally.
In the blink of an eye, folks, we have a brand new ice martini glass ready to be served. It is that simple. It not even takes a minute to make these. And if I'm really going at it, I can make about 30 plus an hour. So, check out how it's kind of foggy, right? Kind of boring, right? Let me show you a little bit of heat does when you give it a little bit of a magic touch. So, what a little bit of warmth does to this ice, it makes it beautifully crystal clear. That is the magic of the ice martini glass. This is what you guys will be served with your appletinis today. So, once you get your appletini and you finish your drink, the next step is to make a wish. And what you do is, you make a wish where no one can hear and no one can know. So, like so. Speak a wish into the bottom of your glass. And the next step, very important, go outside and smash your glass And be careful what you wish for because it just might come true.
Tired of playing Guess That Smell in your RV? We certainly were, and that's why we created Tank Tune-Up. We created this holding tank treatment with a dual action formula that not only breaks down waste, but eliminates odors. Our formula doesn't have fillers or artificial fragrances that honestly sometimes make the odors worse. Tank Tune-Up is so easy to use, just simply scoop it, rinse it, and forget it. Whether you're hitting the road for a weekend getaway or living the full-time RV lifestyle, Tank Tune-Up makes odors a thing of the past. Scan the QR code or click the link in the description to get yours today. And if you want to learn more about our product, check out our full video on it.
Yeah, good hikes up here.
Yeah.
The hot springs area is adult only, although they do
The
have
outside.
Yeah, the outside hot springs.
Yeah.
They do have hot tubs and an indoor pool area, and kids are allowed to be there. And
The hot
depending
springs
on
are nice.
what you're looking for, that's
Very
nice.
natural. Like, you're gonna get a lot of debris
in
your bathing suit.
sulfur and,
Yeah. It's a man-made pool, but obviously the hot springs, like, they don't do anything to it. They don't chlorinate it, they don't filter it, like, it's just straight from the source into their man-made pool. Nice and hot, and they have, like, what are those? Jets.
Fire
They're like-
hydrant things or
Yeah.
fire nozzles.
Yeah, so they have 3 of those, like, spraying throughout, and one of them is, like, really high pressure, so if you got some knots in your back,
Yeah.
like, this thing will get them out. Overall, this is a really cool experience. $20 a night for dry camping.
They have water and a dump station on site, so
They have, like, one little loop in the trees and one area, like, right when you drive in. So we actually went there thinking that was the only place, and then we saw on the campground map when we went in to pay that they had, like, a secret, it's not a secret, but a loop.
yeah.
So we came back in there and we stayed in there.
Right next to the river, so it's like, yeah, it's a really nice place.
Yeah, like, that's everything we did. We did the 3-mile hike, and then yesterday we did the 5-mile hike, and
They have a nice restaurant bar here called Trails End, and we've eaten there like every single night because they have greenhouses that they grow their food in using, obviously, their free geothermal water, and then keep it warm in the winter. So they had like fresh romaine and tomatoes and all this stuff that just came straight from their greenhouses.
yeah, they pick it fresh every morning for,
Yeah.
like, that day's meals.
And it was delicious. So we had a bunch of salads, actually.
Yeah, they're all so good.
Yeah, and then a good bar. You know.
It's got a vibe that I really like, and the staff is so friendly, and the food's so good, and so, yeah, I just really liked the vibe in there, and grabbing a drink in there, and, like, relaxing and wrapping up every day down there in their little
Yeah.
lodge.
There's no cell service, but the lodge has internet, and Starlink will work if you aren't in the trees like
Yeah.
this.
And we didn't check any of this out, but they do offer different types of tours, like ATV. There's a sled dogging place right down the road where you can, like, go meet the dogs. We're ready to get back to service.
Yep.
We
Do
got
some work.
a boatload of laundry to do.
So I think we're heading to Fairbanks.
Yes. took a quick little detour to North Pole, Alaska. I don't know,
If you
people
like
were just like
Christmas
really
stuff,
excited
yeah.
about it. Yeah, and I think that's the thing we realized. If you like Christmas stuff, then this place is gonna be your jam.
Yeah, or if you have kids, I think that's
Yeah.
another good thing.
And you
Or,
want to drop some cash
Yeah.
on them.
I do say one of the cool things that you can do here is send.
It's
You can talk to Santa and have him send letters from the North Pole.
right, yeah. So like if, say, someone in your family is being good or bad so far this year, like you could talk to Santa and he'll send a mid-year letter
Yeah.
saying like, hey, shape up, or like, hey, keep it up, you know, you're
Yeah.
doing great. So
Or they'll keep them, or you can ask Santa even to just send a letter closer to Christmas time, and they'll
do
hold
it
them
too.
and send them out during Christmas.
Yeah, and Santa's here, so you can actually like take pictures with him and stuff, which is cool. So I did send a letter, you know, I had him send a letter to my niece, and yeah, should be good. But other than that, it's basically, you know, a gift shop, so you can buy ornaments and just tons of stuff.
Every Christmas everything.
Yeah, and lots of sweets. There's lots of sweets there too. So we got an ice cream, and we're ready to keep it moving.
We moseyed our way into Fairbanks, where we found a gas station that had a dump, freshwater, and propane. We also found a laundromat, and while our clothes were in the wash, we gave the truck camper a quick scrub down too. It was completely covered in bugs. Don't forget to subscribe to follow along on our Alaska adventures.